Thursday, Toronto is home to a fantastic fundraiser. Not only is it going to be a great night for music and for fashion and a whole lot of fun, it's raising money for a great cause. Joining me now is the director of Strut for a Cure, Sokolowski. How are you, Stephen?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Tell me a little bit about Strut for a Cure. I already have my interest piqued with the name. What is the story to this event?
Well, Strut for a Cure is going to be a great, as you said, fashion and music event on behalf of childhood cancer. It's this Thursday at 7 p.m. at the Berkeley Church. And the way it started was last year, I was approached by one of what we call our ambassador children. We have a charitable foundation called Coast to Coast Against Cancer. And her cousin is a supermodel, Canadian supermodel named Sokolowski. And this girl's name's Erica Campbell, was trying to raise money for a friend of hers who was suffering from childhood cancer. And so she approached her cousin and said, would you do a fashion show? And so that's how it started. We did a fashion show last year in Barrie with Sokolowski and a number of other models, and it was very successful. And this year we're doing it bigger and better, bringing it to Toronto, and we're looking forward to it.
It's such an inspiring story to know that a young person is really behind an event that's trying to help other young people. It's really a family affair to then have it grow up with Coco, the supermodel. What does it feel like to have that kind of heart behind this event?
Oh, it's fantastic. And you know, in Canada, there are about 10,000 children who are suffering from childhood cancer, and another 2,000 every year get that diagnosis. It's an awful, awful thing for a parent to hear that their child has cancer. And so my partner and I, Jeff Rushton, we decided that a number of years ago that we wanted to do something for childhood cancer. We started an organization called Coast to Coast, and what we try to do is raise money, and a lot of these kids that we're helping actually have come forward as ambassadors. We call them ambassadors and spokespeople for the cause, and so we're very excited about this event again, which raises awareness and raises some money for a very important cause.
It really must be very empowering for the young people involved, and it struck me as quite odd to know that this is really the only national organization for supporting children with cancer.
That's right. Childhood cancer is a very underfunded area in Canada, and there are a number of regional and provincial organizations, but we're the only Canadian national organization that's really funding childhood cancer initiatives and programs. In fact, in the last 2 years, we've written the largest checks for oncology research in Canada in the history of childhood cancer.
Well, it's inspiring to hear that Toronto is really the driving force behind this.
Toronto is indeed the driving force behind that, but it's a national problem and a national issue, and we're just very happy that we can do something about it.
Well, you certainly have brought some of the biggest Canadian fashion icons on board for Thursday night's event. Tell us who we can see.
Well, Strut for a Cure is going to be great. So we're going to have Sokolowski, of course, and a number of her supermodel friends. They're going to be showcasing Todd Lynn, who actually is a Toronto-born and raised designer, but it's based in the UK. And if you don't know anything about Todd Lynn, he's probably one of the best kept rock and roll secrets in fashion. He's been dressing everyone from Bono to Courtney Love to the Rolling Stones.
Wow.
And this Thursday will be the first time he's showcased his fashions in Toronto ever.
And Jeannie Becker, the world's ambassador to fashion from Toronto, will be there. What will she be doing?
Jeannie Becker is going to be hosting it, and we're very pleased that she agreed to do that. We're going to have Dragonette, which is, again, a Canadian group that's based in the UK. They're fantastic, and they're going to be performing. We're going to have a number of DJs as well who are going to be part of this all, and so it's going to be a great event.
So are tickets still available? Because there's a lot of excitement, even just in our studio right now building for the event.
There's yes, and there's a few tickets left. We're almost sold out,
okay.
But if people want to go to www.strutforacure.com, there's a few tickets left. I urge everyone to come. It's going to be a great party. There's going to be great wines and food and all kinds of things, and entertainment, of course, and an opportunity to see Sokolowski and Todd Lynn's fashions. It's going to be a great night.
Now, for those people who maybe haven't gone to a fashion event before, is it really accessible to everyone, or will they think, oh, well, you know, I'm not in league with all of the Anna Wintour-style Vogue and huge glitterati that are going to be there?
I think that anybody can come to this and have a lot of fun. That's what we're trying to do, is have a party. It's just going to be music and fashion and being able to meet and mingle with a lot of people. So, you know, don't let that stop you. It's going to be just a great party and fun.
Well, it's wonderful to hear so much Toronto talent is attached to this event. Now, Todd Lynn, I've not seen his fashions before. Are they all going to be kind of rock and roll style?
Well, who knows what he's going to bring, but you know, he has a reputation for designing fashions that are kind of have that rock and roll vibe. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm not a fashion guy, but I'm looking forward to seeing it, and I'm sure everybody else will as well.
And it sounds that even if fashion wasn't the first reason that you wanted to come to this event, Dragonette, what a huge Toronto talent that's going to be performing.
Absolutely, you know, and they're wonderful. They're doing great things. They're very, very popular throughout the world. So I think that, you know, an opportunity to see them perform is great. We've got some wonderful DJs, DJ Jojo Flores and a number of others. And if anybody's into the kind of DJ world, they'll know that, you know, that's going to be a real opportunity to see some great talent.
So you've got a built-in DJ audience, you've got a built-in Dragonette audience, and anyone who loves fashion should go.
Absolutely.
But tell us where the money's going just before we end.
So all the money that we're raising through ticket sales is going to go to Coast Against Cancer Foundation. We support a number of charities and initiatives across the country, from pediatric oncology hospitals to research to oncology camps. So all the money, 100% of the ticket sales, is going to go to the charities and initiatives we support.
Now, quickly before we end the segment, this is one of many events that Coast to Coast is sponsoring. What's next on the Toronto horizon? When can we have you back to talk about the next event?
Well, we do a number of different events. A lot of them are cycling oriented. We have an event called Tour for Kids in July, in August, one in Alberta, one in Ontario, great event. We have something called the National Kids Cancer Ride, which happens in September, the 24-hour spin for those people who like to spin. That's a great event. We have an event called the Inside Ride, which is great for schools and organizations. So we have lots of different events. If you go to coasttocoastagainstcancer.org, you can take a look at all our events and see which ones you'd like to participate in.
Thanks, Stephen. But for those of you who are really excited about this Thursday night's event, you can still get a few tickets. You go to strutforacure.com, get fashionable, get rocky, and have a great night out and raise some great funds. Here's some more information on this wonderful event, Strut for a Cure. Thanks so much, Stephen.
Thank you.
That's really great. You sold me. Excellent. They're gonna